Demolition site into a museum of such immense value to the future. I wish you well.
Right. We'll say a few words, right?
Lord Peter, Mr Mayor, Member of Parliament, Chairman and members of the Veolia Cleanaway Trust, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honour to be here today to celebrate this occasion. And I do so because I do believe here has been a partnership that's been so successful. And I have to say that here we have a building, as Doug has rightfully said, that could have become very much demolished and therefore wouldn't have served anything the purpose that the achievement is meant to be. And I too would like to pay tribute to Alan, David and Martin, who have worked so hard, knocking on everyone's door, making contact wherever they possibly could, and indeed Doug and Lord Peter, people such as the local solicitors doing things voluntary to make this a success. And so it's a great pleasure to be asked to do the vote of thanks here today. Long may this building now serve the purpose with these volunteers here on Canvey. It's so gratifying to see so many of you here on Canvey Island, and can I end by saying I wish it every success, and Lord Peter, it's a pleasure to see you on Canvey Island again, a place I know you love very much.
Thank you. I would like to introduce you to Lord Lieutenant of Essex, Lord Peter.
Right, can I, before I do that, can I just grovel to you all and apologise for keeping you all waiting. Councillor Howard just said it's because I don't know my way to Canvey, which is a wicked slander on his part. The only trouble is the only address I had was Mr Thorndyke's home, and so I duly went there to find no one else there at all since when I've been circulating the island. But I'm here now. I'm very glad to be here to celebrate this wonderful occasion of the opening of this museum. Everyone says, don't they, that history doesn't matter, nobody's interested in it, but this is living proof, if you like, that there is a lively interest in it, and I'm sure it will be to become a very cherished part of the heritage of the island. So it gives me great pleasure to Fingers crossed.
Don't cross them yet. I rolled in one.
Fear of keeping you all waiting for another 5 minutes on Canvey Wind. My name is Roger Pickett, Essex Spy Museum at Grays Fire Station. I've known Dave and Alan for a few years, perhaps far too long.
The B-17 bomber crashed on Canvey Island. There was a crew of 9 people. The pilot was Lloyd Burns, or rather should have been Lloyd Burns, but he had swapped with his co-pilot on the way back from France to give Fred Kaufman the experience of coming on what he thought was a safe part of the journey. But as they were flying in formation, the plane above theirs came down suddenly, having got into difficulties, and Fred Kaufman was killed outright. He was the co-pilot sitting in the pilot's position. Lloyd Burns then had to grab the controls and prevent the plane landing on the built-up part of Canvey Island. He was regarded as a hero, although he himself said it was not his doing. It was the wind, it was fate, it was the spirit, it was God that caused that plane to veer and land safely in the mud. 3 of them were killed that day, and the others survived. Lloyd Burns went on to be a successful gynecologist, obstetrician, and he retired. He was 85, and we received news yesterday that he died on Wednesday. And so in his memory, we gather here to remember the courage of those people, those 9 people. And at that time, Lloyd was 19 years old, piloting a plane on a bombing mission in France and on its way back. And he represents all that generation of 19-year-olds, 18, 17, 20-year-olds who did so much that we now are in danger of taking for granted. And so I call their names: Louis Schult, Edward Sadler, Fred Kaufman. They were the ones that died this day 66 years ago. And those who survived: Leroy Monk, Richard Andrews, William Farmer, Len Gibbs, Jack Gray, and Lloyd Burns. Now only 3 of them survive. Of the 9, Lloyd, as I say, died this last Wednesday. And we ask God's blessing on their memory. We ask God's blessing on their life, and those who have now gone on their last journey, flying safe in God's name. Thank you.